Well. Long time no see. Or long time no hear. Would it be long time no hear?
Yeah.
Long time no hear. What's going on, guys? I know. It's been 3 weeks.
Something like that, yeah.
Been like 3 weeks. We obviously have been MIA. I've posted 2 videos in probably, the past month?
Probably, yeah.
So, a lot of you guys have been messaging us, reaching out, checking on us, seeing what's up, because we've been pretty inactive with everything. We were on top of our game, good. I'm talking 2 videos a week and a podcast. And then we just disappeared. Mysterious. So, first of all, to all you guys that reached out to us, asking about what's going on, asking about where the podcast is and the videos and all that, we appreciate the support. And I personally want to apologize that we haven't been posting because it pretty much is my fault. But basically what happened is, as of September 30th at 11:59, we are on strike at my work. Now, I know what you're thinking. Same thing I was thinking leading up to this. I kind of knew it was coming. I've got all the free time in the world, which I do. I've got quite a bit of free time. I'm not working. But it's been super stressful. And honestly, I don't want to go into a big, rant / crybaby emotional things like that. But it's been, kind of hard because I've worked, all this year. I did the math. Well, it's not really math. I went back and looked at my calendar. Do you remember the numbers?
Numbers for what?
For the days off compared to 16-hour shifts I've worked this year?
No.
It was I've worked more 16-hour shifts in 2021 than I've had days off. I want to say it was 40 something. I want to say 42 16-hour shifts. I've only had 30 days off leading up to September 30th. But basically, I'm not going to go into a bunch of details because, technically I really can't. But we're on strike. I'm a union. I'm a United Steelworkers Local 40 member. We had contract negotiations going on. Our contract expired September 30th. We could not reach a tentative agreement between the company and the union, so we as a union body are on strike. Today is, what's the date, baby?
28th.
So it's 11:26 p.m. on the 28th, so basically the 29th. So we've pretty much been on strike for 30 days now, or a month, or whatever you want to call it. So it's been kind of tough. I wouldn't say I'm depressed or anything like that, because I don't think that's really what it is. I'm just have no motivation to do anything, which kills me because, I told Cody, my buddy Cody, dude, when this happens, I'm gonna hunt 7 nights a week. I got all the time and all this. And none of that's happened. It's been awful. It's been super stressful. I'm not gonna drag it out anymore about that. That's where we've been. Jade's been working a ton of hours because she kind of is picking up the slack. Because, like I said, I'm not making any money. I haven't had a paycheck in, this is week 3?
Mm-hmm.
And that hurts. So, I don't know. It's kind of frustrating, discouraging, but we're going to get through it. And we're trying to get back into it. It's just, like I said, it's just a big change. It's a lot of structure that I lost in my life, and I'm a very routine person, so I'm struggling with that, but we're getting through it. Anything you want to say about it?
No.
All right, so that's where we've been. That's what's going on. Now, we had a request, and buddy, I wish I remembered your name. I wish I would went back and found your name. I want to say his name was Mike something, maybe. That's probably wrong. I don't know. But we had a request for some hunting stories. So that's what the topic of today's podcast is going to be. But before we get into that, we need to talk about something else. What did we do, 2 Fridays ago? 3 Fridays ago? Do you remember?
All my days run together. I work every day, so no, I don't remember.
We took a little road trip. they don't know about the podcast crew doesn't know about that. I posted a video on it, but
Sorry.
we went to Indiana, and
Almost died.
yeah, Jade was super sick. I don't really know what the deal was. She wouldn't listen to me because she's stubborn like usual. But anyway, we went to Indiana, about 4.5 hour drive.
Yeah.
Went out there and I got a new puppy. And I know you guys are probably trying to reach to the whatever you're listening to this on and strangle me because we have so many dogs. But I got a dog out of Black River Hammer and PKC Silver Champion Simple Life Sadie. So I'm excited about it. His name is Chaos because, it fits with everything that's going on right now. His name is Lights Out Chaos. Lights Out Kennels is obviously our kennel. So that's where the Lights Out come from. I'm going to change it to High Maintenance Black and Tans because I've had a problem with every single one of my Black and Tans. I really had a problem with Chaos. I mean, he's just kind of got this weird gash on his back somehow in his kennel.
It's not a gash.
It's something.
It's not open. There's not a cut.
But it's something.
Skin irritation.
But it had some green pus coming out of it the other day. So I've been treating it with Vetericin antibiotic spray, and it's looking better. And then Hercules is in the house right now because he literally, I cannot keep weight on him. So we got him in the house trying to fatten him up, and he's looking great. He weighs 54 pounds, what he weighed this week when we weighed him Monday.
Yeah.
Which is up a pound from last week. So we're getting there. We're making progress. He's not wormy or anything like that. He's just, the dude won't sit still. I mean, he's got a 6 to 8 inch trench wore in his kennel. They got a dirt floor in their kennels, and just where he paces back and forth all the time. So, dude's just super high drive, super hyper, and he won't gain weight. Sally's a Lime Reliquia dog. She had that spider bite on her leg, swelled her leg up. Thought her leg was broken, ended up having x-rays and $1,000 in vet bills later. We just figured out it was just a spider bite, needs some antibiotics, and then of course we found out she had Lyme and Reliquia all while she was in heat. So she's definitely high maintenance. She's in heat right now. She's pretty much out now, I'd say. She's coming in the 1st, and it's the 28th, so she should pretty much be out. And then Izzy broke a toenail. That looked pretty gross.
She didn't just break a toenail. It's sideways.
Yeah. So
she, about ripped it out.
So, yeah. So, every single one of my dogs have had some sort of problem.
Mine don't.
In the past year. But everybody's doing good now, I guess. All the Black and Tans are doing good. We haven't been hunting much. I know you guys probably want to say want to strangle us because,
Dog hasn't been turned out in a month. Exactly a month.
Yeah. So, I hunted Hercules and Izzy with Pee Wee one night. I don't know if you guys have seen that or not. I don't think you have. No, you haven't. I got to get that finished posted. Should be up Friday, I think. Don't quote me on that. But anyway. So yeah, we haven't really been hunting. Everybody's
tomorrow?
No, this won't be up for another week, so.
Oh.
Anyway, that's kind of the update on the black dogs. Everybody's pretty well healthy. We got a new addition, Chaos. He's a frozen semen pup.
He's dumb.
I don't think it has anything to do with him being a frozen semen pup. But
I think it does.
He's a frozen semen pup, so I'm kind of interested to see how that goes. He's Hammer Black River Poncho, which is one of my favorite dogs right now. He's in battling for my number one favorite dog that I'm following. He's a Gray Knight 2, and as of right now, he just turned 4 in August. He's a Gray Knight 2, and as of right now, he's got 2 cast wins towards Gray Knight 3. So Poncho is out of Hammer, and Chaos is also out of Hammer. And between them and Mr. One of a Kind. Mr. One of a Kind, this is off on topic, way off subject, but I just wanted to mention these two dogs because I'm absolutely impressed, especially Kind. Kind made, at 10 months old, PKC champion, Grand Night champion, and won baby stakes at 10 months old. I love it. He's a half litter mate to my pup Izzy. So anyway, I just wanted to mention those two guys, those two dogs, because if you haven't heard of them, look them up. That's all I gotta say. Aside from that, I'm gonna shut up for a little bit if I can, and pass the mic to Jade and let her give you guys an update on the Red Dogs. I think she's going to drop some bombs on you guys and talk about stuff that I don't think we've talked about yet, have we? Have we talked about all of them on the podcast?
Yeah, they know about Karma and Nelly.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry. It's been so long since we recorded on these, I can't remember. But without further ado, the very beautiful Jade.
With new hair.
Oh my gosh, with new hair. She dyed her hair today, so she's all excited about it.
I'm excited. It looks really good. Anyway, I don't really have much of an update. Like I said, Doc hasn't been hunted in a month, mainly because I've been working 6 days a week, and I'm tired. Karma, she's finally starting to put on weight.
She's growing a lot.
She has the prettiest face I've ever seen in a dog, which might sound weird, but I mean, don't you agree? She just has like a really pretty face.
Yeah, she's really good looking.
It's weird.
I called her an alien for the first month we had her.
Yeah.
Because she was lanky and skinny, and
I think she's gonna be tall and skinny.
And she just looked like a little alien. I got in trouble when I called her an alien because I was told it was mean.
Mean.
But she did. She looked like a little alien.
Nelly. I don't know about Nelly. Sorry. I just don't have a lot to say about Nelly. I mean, she's making progress. Whether or not she will be the caliber of dog I want, I don't know about that yet. And I know you guys are probably tired of me going through red females, but I don't want to breed Doc or even Reaper to a female that I don't feel like is up to their caliber. Maybe that's cocky, I guess would be the right word.
Not to interrupt you, we have a very interesting, I wouldn't say it's interesting, we have a very different outlook on breeding, and we're going to do a podcast. We've been meaning to do a podcast on this for weeks now, and we'll do one on it. We're not going to get into that, so don't get you on your rant there, but we have a different outlook on it, and we're very picky when it comes to our breeding, is all I'm going to say in this podcast. So that's why we are having such a hard time finding a good, solid red female that we want to breed to. There's don't get me wrong, there's females out, there's red gyps out there that bugs. Jade's obsessed with bugs and Queenie and all that, but we also want to have in our own kennel dogs that are females that are up to the caliber of our males, if that makes sense. And before we started all this, like, it's not just a female thing. Before we started all this, I had a black and tan male that I sold because he wasn't up to the caliber of what we wanted before we was recording YouTube videos, before we even ever thought about doing a podcast. And it's just a process. So, yeah. Back to what you were saying.
Reaper.
Reapy boy.
Reaper.
Reapy.
Reaper is huge. Reaper is 8 months old, and how much did I say he weighed?
Like 68.
It's almost 70 pounds. He's 8 months old, but
aggravating.
He is aggravating, but he saw a coon and really, really lit up on it.
It took him a little bit to come around. I had to put some pressure on him. Had to, I wouldn't say back him in a corner, but he had to see the coon at his kennel, if that makes sense. Out in the open, he wasn't really interested. He wasn't afraid of it. He just kind of was like, I don't know about it. But when I put it at his kennel, beside his kennel, he was like, oh, hell nah. And then he got pretty worked up, got pretty excited. And now when he sees one, he's like,
Let's go.
You were in my living room, and I didn't like it, so I hate your entire species.
Yeah.
So
I'm really excited about that. Hoping that he will now start opening up on track when he runs a dock, and we can get him treeing. And I hope when he trees for the first time, we can get it on video, because he is so loud.
Very, very loud.
It's almost obnoxious how loud he is.
I've been at the kennels feeding or cleaning kennels or just hanging out down there because I do that sometimes. And he bark at me like one kennel over or whatever. And it honestly pisses me off because it hurts my ears.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of have sensitive ears. Like, I have mild or moderate hearing loss. So when something's really loud that I'm not expecting, like, it hurts my ears. So when he opens up, and he's big ball mouth. So when he lets out a big ball right beside me, like, it kind of hurts my ears, especially when I'm not expecting it. It kind of aggravates me because it's not necessary. It's very obnoxious and not necessary at all. But, I mean, he's so loud. So loud.
It's my favorite.
And very distinctive. Like, he's got a very distinctive... It's not a bad distinctive. It's not like a scream or a yodel or a cry. It's just, when he opens up, you know it's him.
Yeah, I really like that about him.
Yeah, he's going to be easy to call.
That's all my red dogs, isn't it?
I hope so.
Do I have any more?
I hope he ain't got another one, because, my feed bill.
Another update on a dog that's not a hound is Shadow.
They know about Shadow.
Do they know about what we thought was a beast?
No, that's happened since I've been on strike.
Yeah. So you guys know Shadow. This
Poor
happened. What, 2 weeks ago?
It was like the first week of the strike. Like the first week of this month.
Yeah. So we thought he got stung by a bee.
It was a sand hornet. I found a sand hornet, which was scary because the thing was like 3 inches long. We have a water bucket that we keep on the porch. It's a 5-gallon bucket. We keep outside for them for when they're out running around because they're not just like hang out on the porch. Zeus does sometimes, most of the time, but like Shadow and Jax, they run around and play and they get hot, so we keep a water bucket outside for them. But when I noticed Shadow had a balloon for a face, I looked in the water bucket and I found a sand hornet. So I thought, well, he just got stung. But
come to find out,
$130 later,
it was not a bee sting. It was a spider bite on his ear. Gave him some antibiotics, and he's good now. Back to his asshole self. So he's good.
I'm going to do a YouTube video. If I ever get around to getting my cameraman to film it for me, I'm going to do a YouTube video on everyday carry for your dogs. Because I have a kit I carried for the dogs. And because of this incident, I added a new item, which is Benadryl. Because I never carried Benadryl before. But we're going to do a video on that. Which I guess I have that new mount from deer hunting. I can set it on the tripod now.
Yeah.
Also, I've been deer hunting. That's a whole other story in itself. Got freaking covered up with deer yesterday and couldn't get a shot because there was one 5 yards behind my tree stand and 3 directly in front of me. Anyway, Shady Boy, he had to come hang out with me at the Union Hall one day because his face was a balloon, basically is what we're saying. And we learned a new thing, a new item to carry with us for the dog and keep on hand for the dogs. But he's good now. So,
yeah, like I said, he's back to his asshole self.
Yep. So, that's an update on all the dogs.
And I'm trying to convince him to let me get another shepherd.
So we can talk about Ace now, can't we?
Yeah.
Okay, so we actually today. Was it today or was it yesterday? It was yesterday. Yesterday, unfortunately, we had to cancel a reservation, a $300 reservation. We put a deposit on a black lab. I love dove hunting. It's something that I really started doing this year with my buddy Pee Wee, and actually Cody went with us last time. But I love wing shooting, I guess you would call it. It's not really upland game. It's not. I mean, we don't have a very good duck population. Oh my gosh, the freaking goose. Oh my god, we just coming home from the store today. This is off topic. I'm just excited to be doing a podcast. Like, I've missed talking to you guys. I know I'm not directly talking to you guys. I'm just looking at a little timer and little waves on my phone. But, like, I just miss talking to you guys. And this is great. But the time I had a bat flying in my truck.
Yeah, that's why I showed it to you.
We saw a huge flock of geese come off the river today as we was crossing the bridge in town. And it really made me sad because we're not going to be able to get Ace. We had Ace was a black and tan. We was going to name, or black and tan, black lab. We was going to get, and I was going to use him for retrieving and a little bit of upland game as like a flushing dog. But with the strike and everything, we had to cancel our deposit. So she's trying to get me to let her get another German Shepherd, but I don't know.
I think I might just do it anyway.
Yeah, that's how she is. But yeah, I think that's just a life update. I'm trying to shoot a deer on film for you guys. We got new bows this past summer and didn't really do much with them.
Sorry, that was my glasses. Where we're going to that haunted house on Saturday, we should record it.
I doubt they'll let us.
Really?
Yeah.
That'd be so funny.
Yeah. But anyway, I got bows. We're shooting Bowtex. I'm not Team Matthews, even though my middle name's Matt. I should think I'd be Matthews. But I'm not. I like my Bowtech. Jay, do you want to tell them what you're shooting? Do you know what you're shooting? You remember?
What?
What's your bow?
Eva Shockey.
It's the Eva Shockey
Gen 2.
Gen 2.
It's a solid gray.
Yep, she's rocking the solid gray. I got a solid gray riser with black limbs. I really, really wanted to be more involved with the hunting this year, but I've known since I haven't say I've known. I've had a pretty good feeling the strike was coming since about June or July. So I would try to save as much money as I could, and I didn't really dive deep into the deer hunting like I wanted to. I playing some food plots, and I've had cameras out all summer, so it is what it is. Next year we're going to hit it hard. Hopefully I'll have a job next year. But yeah, I'm hopefully be looking forward to a deer hunting video, bow hunting, and really want to grind out some videos. But like today, we couldn't really film nothing. I mowed the grass this morning, and by the time I was done mowing the grass, it was raining. So I'm sorry you're not going to see as many videos as I want, because I had 3 or 4 videos I wanted to film today. But it is what it is. Any other updates? Anything you want to talk about?
No.
All right, so we just hit the 25-minute mark. I'm going to jump it over real quick to this week's sponsor. It's probably the same sponsor from last week, but it is what it is. Let's hear this quick message from our sponsor. All right, so we heard from the sponsor. Now we're ready to dive into the actual topic of this podcast, which is hunting stories. So, Kaylee Jade,
Yes.
you get to go first. Which one are you? What do you want to tell first? Favorite hunt or most memorable? Crickets.
I don't know. I guess my favorite hunt would be when Doc treats solo for the first time. I don't know why that's my favorite hunt, but
It really caught us off guard.
it did because so we got Doc at the end of August 2020. What? When was it? It was 2020.
It's 2020, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm losing my mind.
So we weren't even together end of August 2019.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, so end of August 2020, he was 16 months old.
When we got him, yes.
So, I think you guys already know that he didn't really know a whole lot. He would bark at a coon when he seen it. He would kind of tree with another dog. But other than that, he didn't really know anything. So we started hunting him, 4 or 5 nights a week?
Yeah. So I was still laid off then, so I still had a lot of time to hunt. So he was getting hunted quite a bit.
And he started going with another dog. He started kind of opening up on track a little bit and treeing really good. And then we cut him. What's that place called?
Oh, shoot. Just say a cemetery.
That cemetery?
Yeah. We cut him at a cemetery, basically, up on top of a ridge.
And he just got in there and treated his first solo, and he had a mama coon and however many babies were in there.
Yeah, it was like 200 yards or so.
Yeah. It's actually funny because the guy we were hunting with, I'm not going to say any names, but he was convinced that Doc slicked.
Yeah.
Like, convinced, which, I mean, he was convinced that our dog slicked every time we hunted with him because he's just a dick. But, anyway, so Doc treated his first solo, and I was so excited. I pretty sure I almost cried. And he's been treeing solo ever since. I mean, he'll still tree with other dogs, and he's been kind of in a rough patch right now. I don't know if he was having a little flare-up or if he was just being a jerk, but hopefully this next time we cut him out, he'll go and get it done like he usually does.
I think being laid up for a little bit, which it was an unintentional layup. Don't get me wrong, we didn't do this on purpose. I think laying him up for a little bit will get him fired up and hopefully get him under one. So.
I hope so.
So, all right, is it my turn?
Yeah.
So, what's your favorite hunt? My favorite hunt.
Crickets.
I don't know. That's a good question. My favorite hunt I know what my most memorable one is. My favorite hunt. Up north was a good one. Old Lazy Bones got over a mile and got treed. I wouldn't say it's my favorite though. My favorite. Wow, this caught me off guard. I'm the one that comes with the topics of this. I thought I had one, but honestly, I don't know now. Can I do my most memorable and then think about my favorite? What are you doing? Your most memorable?
I mean, you're a grown man, so yeah, do whatever you want.
Okay. Most memorable. You guys are gonna. It's no big shocker. Definitely Hercules' first solo. I was not sure about it, if we're being honest. I thought, well, I knew where one was going to be at. Turned it loose, and he didn't get it done. Remember that?
Yes.
Treat-
Yes, I do.
Treat with Doc. We tried it solo, and he didn't get it done.
Yeah.
So I was very nervous about it. And honestly, that dude read the freaking script. I mean, just got in there, struck in, was very open on track, like he had been doing it his whole life, full-time pro. Got in there, got treed, had it, and, I mean, just got belly up and was just blowing the top out of that tree. Just absolutely just carrying on, having a good old time. And I couldn't believe it. I honestly thought he would get treed. He would get up there and he'd bark a couple times and he'd look at me. I'd have to work him and all that, but it was just, I don't know. I wish I could have that moment, like when I've had a bad day at work or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's just that type of moment for me. And Sarky's my boy. He is a pain in the ass, big time, especially when he's in the house like he is right now.
I don't like him when he's in the house.
He's aggravating. He's very petty when he's inside. He does things out of spite, but that was definitely. I guess I go to more details. It was on my food plot. Knew where one was going to be. Cut him loose. He went up through there. Got treated in some absolutely thick stuff. It was awful thick. Got up there, probably 100. I think it was 168 yards. I think that's what it was. Up there, big poplar tree. He loves them poplar trees. Pretty much when he trees on a poplar tree, I'm pretty confident that he has it because he usually does. He likes poplar trees. Got up there and it was looking at me before I got there, and I couldn't believe it. He's not a real hard tree dog. He trees very, very hard, very intense, but he's not really a chop dog. What do you call him?
Scream.
Yeah, it's like a scream. It's not really a ball. It's not really a chop.
Sometimes it sounds good. Sometimes I want to tell him to stop because he's embarrassing himself.
I wouldn't go that far, but
I just like to pick on him.
He got him, and he opened on track, and it surprised me. And he got in there, and he let out a locate. Oh, it's what dreams are made of. I wish I was rolling like a GoPro on my chest the whole time, but I wasn't because I wasn't thinking. Because honestly, like I said, I didn't expect him to. I thought, well, we'll just add one to the population of this area. Hopefully, he finds it, kind of thing, and absolutely just read the script. So, got in there, and he was like 40 a minute on the tree, which is pretty hard for him because I can't get him to stop chewing on the freaking tree. He would chew on it and choke on it. He's all bloody. His teeth were bleeding because he was biting the tree and just chewing on vines, and it's the only thing I don't like about how he trees. Because he's a belly up dog. He's not going to sit back. He's not going to stand there and bark. He's going to be belly up. So, I don't know. That's just my most memorable hunt. I remember Sally's first splitting tree. Because we didn't have Sally when she was a pup. So we didn't get her first actual tree. But I remember Sally's first split. And all that. But it's just like, to me, that's the most memorable because had Hercules from 8 weeks old, taught him everything he knows with all 3 brain cells he's got. And, it was like a proud dad moment, I guess. So, I don't know. But he's really the only one that we've taken that far yet. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, it's just kind of like, I'm sure I'll be the same way. I don't know if I'll be the same way with, like, Chaos and Izzy and all them. But, I don't know. That's just my most memorable hunt. Herc's always been my boy. Herky Worky, as you call him. So.
They all have nicknames.
Yeah, they all have nicknames. They have like hunt names, like Herc is Reap, Doc obviously, Sally obviously, but like Karma's Car, Chaos is K. Like they all have their quote unquote hunt calling them nicknames, and then they have their around the house, Docky Walkie, Sally Wally, Izzy Wizzy, Reapy Boy. Chaos is new. He hasn't got one yet. Karma, there's not really a nickname for Karma, is there?
No, I haven't came up with one for her yet.
She's pretty new too. And Nelly Welly. And then there's Jaxie Waxy, Zoosey Goosey, and Shatty Boy.
Yeah.
We don't love our dog or nothing. That's nothing.
I come up with all the nicknames, and he just steals them.
I come up with Shatty Boy because you're like, you're not calling him that.
I think it's dumb, but my most memorable hunt would be we turned Doc out in a cornfield, and he went around the corn, like what, 200-300 yards over to the tree line.
Just 200 yards exactly.
Was it 200 yards exactly? Yeah. He went 200 yards to the tree line and just started treeing. Which, if you listened to the last podcast, I think it was maybe the first podcast we did, I talked about how I can tell if Doc's slick by the way he trees.
Yep.
So Doc has this big, beautiful locate that he does before he starts treeing. He didn't do that. He was silent on track and didn't locate. He just started treeing. And I was like, oh no. He slicked. So we're walking over to him, and we hadn't quite got to him yet, but we looked up and we saw a possum in the tree. And I was like, dang. He treated a possum. Well,
we were
twist.
We were probably 60, 70 yards when we saw that possum. I mean, honestly, Bright Eyes Fusion and Fusion Micro. That red light's insane.
On the micro, yeah.
Even the single red on my Fusion is insane. So we were 60, 70 yards out, and I was seeing eyeballs across this field. It's just, I don't know. I mean, I never expected, that out of a 70 yards and seeing the eyes before we get there. Because that's my favorite thing to do is 100 yards and in. If you hunt with me, that's one thing about any of you boys that come hunt with me. If dogs get treed, we hit the 100-yard mark, lights go to red. I don't know. I mean, you can believe what you want. You can hunt your dog how you hunt your dog. But if we're walking to my dogs, I mean, I guess it's not a requirement, but I'm going to ask you to flip it to red when we hit the 100-yard mark, because I find the majority of the coons 50 yards from the tree.
Anyway.
Sorry.
Keep interrupting me.
But I didn't want it to be like, I didn't want it, because it kind of sounded like, he was right there at the base of the tree. We saw the possum 70 yards out.
Well, you didn't let me finish before you interrupted.
I know, I'm just saying. I had to throw a little product plug in there because, Bright Eyes lights have been good for us, and I want to brag on them a little bit.
Can I continue now?
Yes, you can continue now.
Thank you. So, we see the possum, but Doc's not at that tree. So I was like, oh, plot twist. He didn't tree a possum. So he's in this weird tree. Like, the base of it was weird. I don't know how
It was like a bush.
Yeah. But it was a tree. It was weird. Weird tree.
It was like if you took a cedar tree but made it like a maple tree. I don't know what kind of tree it is. But it had branches literally an inch off the ground like a cedar would. But it was not a cedar tree. It was like I don't know what it is. But it's just like a very, had a lot of branches on it. A lot of trees. I don't know how you would describe it. Like, if you know what a cedar tree is, you know what I'm talking about, basically. If not, look it up on YouTube or something. Google.
I don't think anybody cares what tree it is. I'm just saying it was a weird tree. But he wasn't really treeing, like he didn't know how to tree on it, I guess. Like, he would try to get up on the tree because he is a belly up dog and he couldn't really do that. So he wasn't treeing super hard. But we looked and we saw, the first two.
Yeah, they were together.
And then looked up farther and saw the other one.
Can I say something?
Yes.
None of this, literally, none of this would have been possible without Bayou Tree Shaker. That daggone thing had them dancing. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to go some big product plug, nothing like that. But Bayou Tree Shaker had that tree shaking. That's all I'm going to say. Use code RUT10 at checkout. 10% off.
Anyway, there were 6 coons in that tree that we seen. There might have been more. I don't know. But I think that's definitely my most memorable hunt. That might change once Reaper opens up for the first time.
Oh, that's as of now.
But I doubt it because, I love Reaper to death, but I have a different kind of bond with Doc.
Yeah.
He's my boy.
So I've been sitting here thinking, I'm about to pick a hole through my thumb trying to get this piece of metal shard out of my hand. And I think I have a tie for my favorite hunt.
Okay.
I think my favorite hunt, tie, one of them's with a red dog, if you believe that or not. That night, I didn't get home until you were leaving for work when you still work day shift. Remember that one?
Yes. Yes, I do.
I was chasing that daggone red dog around.
We'll get gone.
I think that might be my favorite. But I think that's my favorite, but an honorable mention is Sally Wally. Her first coon back after I'm really cute, the spider bite, all that. Because I'll be honest with y'all, I almost cried. Like, we had a rough go with her.
Yeah.
There was one night we got out there, and I didn't think she was gonna come out of the woods with us. It was that rough. What should I tell first? Should I tell the Sally story or should I tell the Docker walk?
And you're telling the stories.
Alright, so the honorable mention is Sally Wally. Her first coon back after getting diagnosed with Lyme and Ehrlichia and all that. So, it's just one of those nights where I just decided I was going to go coon hunting. I got off work and Jade had to work was still working day shift, so she was,
Already asleep.
yeah, she was already asleep. And I come home, I was like, you know what, I'm going to make turnout with Sally. And it had been, I wish I kept records like I do now back then. But it had been several months
Yeah.
since she had treated coon. It was dead of winter. Cold. Snow, like it wasn't really snowing, wasn't really sleeting. It was like literally ice off and on. But I decided to go down there and make a turnout with Sally. And I just said, you know, let's just go for it. I had got a problem with her because it was right after, it was in December, maybe even January. No, it was in December, right after gun season. There was, you know, public land where we hunt. There was gut piles everywhere, deer carcasses. People were just taking deer out there and throwing the carcasses out. That's what people do around here. And she was getting into them left and right. And I had her run a track 800 yards one night, and she just all but stopped. And I walked into her and found her chewing on a deer leg. So things were tough. So that night, I just decided to go make a turnout with her, and kind of got her out of the truck, walked her across down at my mom and dad's farm, walked her across the yard, and now I don't do this anymore because she's kind of smart. I mean, she's not no Einstein, but she's kind of smart. She knows how to play me. If she wants off the lead and wants to just go wander or whatever, or take off on, she don't always wander. She'll strike off the lead, and I got in the habit of cutting her loose, and then she would go do her thing, and Jade had to tell me what was going on because I obviously didn't catch it. But anyway, cut her loose. She went across the yard and went across the creek and was going up towards where my food plot is now. It wasn't a food plot then; it was just a mowed field. And got struck and got treed and had the coon, and I was so happy I almost cried because like I said, we'd been through so much, and I was starting to wonder if, you know, how things were going, or how things were going to end, I should say, whether she just become a lap dog or whatever. So when she finally treated that one coon, and honestly, after she treated that coon, it was on. She did good for several months until she had a flare up when it got hot. But that's my honorable mention for favorite hunt. I guess I could go most memorable too. But my favoriteest grammar police gonna get me. My favoriteest hunt ever had to be with Doc a Walk. Doc was having a hard time. He got where, for some reason, I don't know how this problem developed, but he didn't want to go on the first drop. I don't know what the deal was with that. I don't know where it come from. It just one night he just cut him loose on the first drop and he'd want to hang around. So we were working through that, and I decided one night I was going to walk hunt him. This is a different story. That was later in the year, wasn't it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
There's only been a select few times I've hunted Doc by myself. Sometimes I get them confused. Anyway, that's a different story for a different time. I don't remember.
This is why I don't let you tell stories.
No, I remember what story was. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. Okay, so I remember now. Me and Cody over at Ridgeline Kennels were hunting the strip mines. I had Sally and Doc. We cut Sally and Oak together, with Oak is Cody's dog. Sally got treated 800, Oak got treated over a mile. It was super freaking late when we finally got back to the trucks. because I went and got Sally. She had her coon, and then I went and met up with them. We went to Oak, and then got back to the trucks. They were going home. I was going home, but it was like probably 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and I still had Doc, been sitting in the dog box all night, and I wasn't going to take him home without making him drop with him. So I took him up to one of our spots, cut him loose, and he freaking got gone on me. Of course, that's how it goes, when it's late, I'm trying to be quick so I can get home and get some sort of sleep. Really trying to get home before the boss over here woke up to go to work. But that didn't happen because her daggone dog. He got up in there, and he got way up in there. So I drove around to him, get up, and he's on the very tip top of the ridge. As I'm walking up to him, and it's in the dead of winter, it's freezing cold. It's shootout season, so it's freezing cold. You get up there, it's snowing when I get up there. He's belly up on the biggest freaking oak tree in southern Ohio. Big split tree, and I just keep finding coons. Found the first one. You could see it, but I was trying to get it to look at me because you couldn't really tell in the video. And look over and see another one. I was trying to get it to look at me. Couldn't really tell in the video. And then I see a third coon. And none of them would look at me for the video because they were pricks. But we get up there, and it's just picture perfect, like wintertime coon hunting. Like, it's snowing, but it's not like there's not 3 feet of snow. Sun's coming up. Like, literally, I'm on top of the ridge, so you can see the sun, like, breaking the ridge in the distance. Doc just 80 a minute. Just beautiful, beautiful mountain music. And that has to be my favorite hunt. That's 100%. Now that I tell the story and I think about it, that's definitely my favorite hunt. Like I say, he's belly up and just on this huge tree. Huge tree. He's got 3 coons. And he's just, that's 100% my favorite hunt. Sun's rising. I get home about the time Jade's leaving for work. And she was like, "Oh, you decided to come home," or something smart aleck like that.
I would never.
Or about time you come home, or, whatever. I got to tell her about it before she went to work, and she was all happy, all that. So, that's 100% my favorite hunt. Now that I tell a story, it's definitely my favorite hunt. Because, like I said, I wish... there's a video on it. I think I labeled it 4 coons and 2 drops, or something like that. So, that's definitely my favorite hunt. So, yeah. Do you have an honorable mention you want to talk about or anything like that? Crickets.
Not right now.
Not right now. You want to cut it off here? We're at about 53 minutes.
Yeah, so I can't think of an honorable mention. I mean, maybe when we hunted with Pee Wee, and Sally hadn't been hunted in forever, and she got down on that creek bed.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Finally got her to tree.
Yeah, Pee Wee showed some houndsmanship there. He worked her.
Finally got her to open up.
He worked her. So she treated a layup, and she was like maybe 20 a minute on it.
I don't even know if she was 20 a minute.
And we got there, and she was like 0 a minute. She quit barking. Pee Wee worked that dog and worked that dog and worked that dog until he had her locked down, treeing. And I wasn't going to show it in the video because it kind of made my dog look bad. She was a 2-year-old dog and was having trouble treeing and all that. But I left it in there because Pee Wee, he really showed some good houndsmanship there. I guess that's a word. But Yeah, that was a pretty special one, too. Because like I said, he didn't have to do that. I mean, he could have just been like, God, we looked for that coon for how long?
Forever.
20, 30 minutes probably trying to find that coon. And I'd given up hope, honestly. I thought she'd slicked it.
Pee-wee was convinced it was there.
And he was right. He knew it. So, shout out to Pee-wee on that one. But, yeah, that's a good one, too. Then Jill and Stormy got treated that same night.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is there anything else you want to say?
No.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. It was good to be back. Good to talk to you guys. I kind of missed it, honestly. I enjoy this stuff. I really do enjoy it. I miss talking to you guys, even though I probably never meet half of you guys. I feel like I'm talking to you, so I can tell stories with you. But I appreciate y'all listening. All our social media, Instagrams, Red Outdoors, and our kennel page is lights_out_kennels 740. Facebook page is Red Outdoors 740. My TikTok is just Red Outdoors. Jade's TikTok is...
I don't know.
Jeez, this girl never knows her stuff. Trying to drop her social media and give her shout outs and all that.
McKaylee Jade.
Just McKaylee Jade?
Yeah.
No numbers?
Nope.
McKaylee Jade. Guys, give us a follow. Reach out to us via Instagram or Facebook and let us know what you want the next podcast to be on. We're going to do one on breeding. I'm kind of waiting on that one.
I do want to mention that when you reach out on the Red Outdoors page, you are talking to me.
Yes.
You're not talking to Matt. So, please stop calling me a dude. Please.
And also, guys, I want to mention, this is probably not avid listeners, but if you message Jade on her personal Facebook page, which is fine, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying don't do that. That's just 100% fine. Be respectful. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm going to say on that topic. So, anything else?
No.
All right, guys, appreciate you listening. Sorry for the wait. Carter 5 coming soon.
What?
That's at the end of the Lil Wayne song I used to listen to all the time. Anyway, it's all so random. We really do apologize for it being 3+ weeks before you guys see or hear a new podcast and videos and all that. But it is what it is. I'm trying to get back on track. Like I said, hopefully have some deer hunting videos coming soon. That's the thing too, guys. What you get with Red Outdoors is, there's deer hunting. We fish. We didn't do much of fishing this year. We fish. We deer hunt. We dove hunt. Going to try my hand with turkey hunting. I'm about to start smacking some coyotes in the face. I would like to do some
I've been bugging you to do that for like 2 years now.
It's hard. I don't know how to do it. But honestly, I'd like to do some gun videos too, because
I want to shoot coyotes in the face.
we really enjoy our guns over here at Red Outdoors. And we like building guns and all that.
I've been thinking about doing dog training videos.
Like with Shady Boy.
Yeah.
There you go. That's kind of what we were going to get Ace for, honestly.
So see we now, that would be a perfect opportunity to get a baby Sheppy so we could show the training videos.
No.
I'm going to get one anyway.
I don't want to laugh. Anyway, we're getting off topic. I'm about to start an argument here. So, that's another thing too, guys. Let us know what you want to see. Duck and goose, it's pretty sparse in our area. We're in southern Ohio, so we don't have a real good fly-through, or fly-away, whatever they call them here. But if you want to see us go crow hunting, or dove hunting, Deer hunting videos. You guys are going to see those whether you want to see them or not. 'Cause like I say, I filmed one yesterday and just couldn't get a shot. What else can we hunt? Turkeys, coyotes. Obviously, coon hunting videos. Should we get a possum dog?